Yo, 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 what up? Welcome to Mo Boxing No Problem. I am Jose Barrios Jr., and I am joined by two special guests tonight. We got Nation Stop Sports, and we got Boxing Putazos, a.k.a. Anybody Can Get It. What up, guys?
Hey, thanks for having us, man.
No problem. We got spoiled yesterday with a ton of boxing. You know, we had the Eubank Williams card. We had Cuadras versus Bam Rodriguez. And then we got the fight we're going to be talking about today, which is the Thurman versus Barrios card. What you guys think of Thurman versus Barrios? What are your impressions of the fight?
Man, I mean, I'm a boxer, Barrios fan, and I just didn't, I didn't see really a lot there,
Yeah. I expected it to be a lot close, especially with the so-called layoff from Thurman, and all the rush he was going to have.
Yeah, he had heavy punches, man, because he was wobbling Barrios like every 2 rounds, especially in the first one, almost with a couple of minutes in, he already had he was kind of showing off no ring rust at all, so to speak.
I believe Thurman came in a better shape than when he fought Pacquiao. I don't know if y'all agree.
Mm-hmm. He looked better, for sure.
Way better.
Was Thurman hurt for that Pacquiao fight? Because he had surgery. He had surgery afterwards, right?
I didn't really get to see the fight on Thurman and Pacquiao. Did see the highlights, but I was kind of I guess they caught him. They caught Thurman off his heel, so to speak.
Yeah, right away.
Got that combination. That body shot got him off. But,
because I was telling Boxing Putazos offline that I was expecting Barrios and Thurman to be a lot closer. Like, even in my prediction, I was expecting Thurman to win, but by split decision. I thought Barrios was going to hurt him a few times, and that was based on Thurman's fight with Josecito Lopez, because Josecito Lopez rocked him and almost knocked out Thurman. So I was expecting Barrios, bigger boxer, gave Gervonta Davis a tough fight to possibly hurt Thurman as well. But we didn't see that. We saw a very sharp Thurman that pretty much dominated and controlled the pace of the fight.
Yes. What do y'all think about Barrios at 147? What's next for him?
That's a tough one.
I think 140. I'll be honest.
I agree. I mean,
I don't know, man.
He's got the height for it, right? He was a little bit taller than Thurman. Seemed to have, he made weight easy, but I think maybe he put on too much weight after the weigh-in, because he did look a little bit slow at times. But I just don't see Barrios past journeyman at 147, unfortunately.
I think he needs to get out of the division, man, because, Crawford, the heavy hitter.
There's some killers at 147.
Yeah. That was just a quick jump, He could have still pretty much had a couple more fights in. But, hey, he decided to take, I guess, this fight with Keith Thurman, which he thought he was ready for him. And obviously, Thurman pretty much had already a plan coming into the fight, so.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe a Roberto Guerrero type fighter, because I think he just fought Victor Ortiz, right? Robert the Ghost Guerrero. Mm-hmm. So maybe a guy like that that's maybe a name but a little bit past it. Just Barrios can handle, but I just but I don't see him handling the names.
Yeah, Thurman was just too much of a quick jump into the welter.
Oh yeah.
He should have. I'm pretty sure he had a couple of options there besides Thurman. So, especially Thurman being on a layoff of a year or two. Barrios was active, so he probably came in thinking. That he was gonna maybe set something up for him, or set his name up there with those.
What about someone like Adrian Broner for Barrios? What do you guys think of that?
That should have been something he should have worked with, I think, to begin with, heading into the welterweight division. Broner would have been a nice But still, Broner, he's a heavy hitter, man. Broner, you can't, not somebody to think as a stepping stone. I don't think Broner's done
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah,
I would
because
like
I'm looking at box record now and I'm trying to see what names.
Josecito
Yeah, Josecito Lopez is a good name.
would have been, but Josecito has 2 wins to where he's due for a bigger fight than Barrios, a bigger name, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. And going now to Thurman, he had Barrios hurt several times in that fight.
Yeah.
And I thought he was going to knock him out. And that would have really sent a statement to, the heavy hitters at 147. But he didn't. It seemed like he never pulled the, that gas pedal all the way to get him out of there.
It seemed like he was playing with his food.
For real. That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
To me,
and so
it was a high risk, low reward for Thurman. So he might have just played it safe.
Mm-hmm.
He probably felt Barrios has heavy hands, and he's like, well, maybe I'm not trying to get caught. Not trying to get too crazy, get caught. And then,
Yeah.
So I think he did the right thing just to get the win.
That's possible. I saw a stat that kind of surprised me that I guess it's been 8 years since Thurman has knocked anyone out.
8 years. Wow.
8 years. So for someone with the nickname of One Time, I know the joke was that now his nickname was Sometimes, but 8 years might be once upon a time.
Or one time every 8 years,
Yeah, one time every 8. Yeah, so I would have wanted him to have some more meanness because man, someone like Terrence Crawford, we saw what he did to Sean Porter. He did not play with his food when he had him hurt. He took him out of there.
Yeah, that was.
So if Thurman fights like Crawford, I think Crawford got that one.
I hope that fight's next.
Can Thurman? Yeah.
I mean,
I hope so too.
Thurman wants the big fights already, but. I mean, you're gonna go into the belly of the beast with the welterweights, and it's just not just because you just beat off Barrios means you're setting the stage, so to speak.
Yeah. I think leading up to the fight, he said he wants champions, right? So he wants, I guess, either Terrence Crawford with the WBO or Errol Spence that has the IBF and the WBC, or Dionis Ugas. But Ugas and Spence are busy right now, so that only really leaves Crawford or those rising prospects, Virgil Ortiz, Jaron Boots Ennis, Conor Benn. I think that's like the only other big names out there for him.
I think that's too much risk for Thurman. I think what's next is Crawford. They'll make it happen. I believe they will.
Yeah, probably Crawford or like who else is in the PBC stable at welterweight? They can probably line him up too.
What about that kid, Brandon Lee?
Oh, Brandon Lee, yeah, he's a young guy.
Yeah, but it's just at this point. Good. I mean, there's nothing that pretty much. I mean, the welterweights are either Virgil up and coming and Ennis, and the rest already are tied. Are there. I mean, there's nothing he can use as a stepping stone to get into battle for a title. I mean, it has to be made, and if he gets out alive, then he's all set to unify. But I mean, right now, I guess he knows. That's why I think he came back because he knows that right out the gate you can go for a title shot. Because right now, I mean, it's just a handful right now of players in the welterweight to become contenders for a title opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Thurman definitely has an audience. Like I remember when he was fighting on Fox, like he would get like 2 million views, people tuning into his fight, and he basically had fought at the best. Daniel Garcia, Sean Porter, like anybody that had a name at welterweight, he was taking them on. So I don't think he'll shy away from a challenge. But I don't know if the next fight, based on his performance, should be a title fight. Maybe he should, like, if you're Dionis Ugas versus Errol Spence, whoever loses, maybe you should target the loser and then go for the title. But he could, for sure, like, he's got the name and the buzz to go straight for the title if he wants to.
Yeah.
But
maybe bring back, like, a Danny Garcia, a part 2,
Part 2. And it's in, Mikey Garcia also sticking around welterweight?
I hope he doesn't.
I know Mikey lost the last fight,
he
but
looked good versus Martinez.
he still got the name.
I mean, he was lacking. Yeah, and he looked a little bit over, a little bit beefy. So it's kind of like, wow, caught everybody. Caught me off by surprise too. Mikey losing to Martinez, the Spanish, that Spanish fighter too. So
yeah, because I think Mikey Garcia was gonna fight Regis Prograis. And that fight didn't fell through. So Prograis like, man, I could have been, my head. That's a tough fight, man.
That should be a fight, right?
Yeah, just based on that Taylor Prograis fight, that shit was dope.
Yeah,
that's very competitive. Man, so what would you guys give Thurman for his performance on a grade?
I'd give him a 6, 7.
6. What about you, Baskin Picassos?
I'm about to say 8. 8. I saw a little bit.
Yeah, I think
old Thurman coming back. I mean, 2 years, 2-year layoff. The way he came back, I mean, he's only going to improve and do better the next fight. So as long as he stays active, he'll be good.
Yeah, no, I think I'll give him an 8 as well, because I did see flashes of the old Thurman, probably the best version of Thurman I saw in a while. And the fact that there was very little ring rust, his next fight, I'm expecting him to be in his A game. So I'll give this one like an 8.
His timing was pretty good.
The footwork,
he looked pretty sharp.
His footwork and shift and all that. I mean, caught Barrios off surprise too. Barrios couldn't connect body shots, which was his cup of tea. But Thurman,
bread and butter.
Good stuff.
Sweet, guys. Perfect. Well, I think that's all we got for today. That's our thoughts. So again, thank you guys so much for joining me, and can't wait to talk more boxing with you guys next time.
Most definitely, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, man.
No problem, man. You guys take care. All right.